how are you?
I'm fine. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Well, just so you know, I'm Brittany Clark, the senior journalist of Auto Magazine. And today, everyone, we're going to be interviewing singer and songwriter Jack Tyson Charles of London, England. Jack, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Fantastic. Okay, so I want to just jump right in and just dive into this interview with you. If you were to describe yourself using three words, how would you describe yourself?
Emotional, destructive, and hopeful.
And hopeful?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, those are all three interesting things to say about yourself. All right. So you were nominated based on two commercials that you did with the Delirium car. Kind of talk to us about how that collaboration came about.
Artists sometimes do like sync work where well, it was for Sony's catalog. So a good friend of mine invited me in to sing the lyrics. It's not my song, but she invited me in to do a version of the song that she'd written, which the song is about her dad before he died didn't bless her relationship. She was from Jordan, Palestinian, and her partner was Israeli, and he wouldn't bless them to get married, and then he died of cancer, and so it's quite a really sad song actually.
Yeah.
And that's sort of how it came. That's how that came about. And then yeah, obviously it was great working with Andy Kingsley, the person who produced the song. I thought it was a really good example of my falsetto, which I don't really go that high in my vocal. So,
Right.
and yeah, Delora did that. It was an amazing production. I think the producer's amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I actually had the opportunity to look at it, and I thought you did really great. So I loved it. Okay, so you're welcome. So you seem to coin Epic Soul. Is that a new EP Restoration is under?
Well, Epic Soul is something it's a phrase I've used to describe my work, because people have come to my shows, and a lot of the time I hear that word epic. It was epic. So people have said that I've blown their minds, or that I've inspired them, and it's been very emotive, and so I think the two words go well together.
Right.
I have definitely, let's just get this straight. I coined Epic Soul, and we'll see how far we can run with it. But yeah, Restoration. I don't know if you've listened to it. I'm sure you have. I hope you have.
I have.
Is probably definitely like that song in particular would probably be the one that most what Epic Soul would sort of I would describe as Epic Soul, that kind of genre. Yeah.
Talk to us about that. I did listen to it, and it is soulful, and it gives me such like a happy feeling when I listen to it. Talk to us about who was your inspiration behind that, or what was your inspiration behind that song?
I that song wrote it. It's interesting really, because that I wrote the song over the space of like a year.
Yeah.
So the way I write songs is kind of, well, especially that EP was more or less written from like life experiences. So the song is still evolving now. So I don't even think it's even finished now.
Right.
Even though it's been released, because it's all about restoring myself, my health, my personal well-being, my mind, and that's a journey, that's a lifelong journey. So it was all about just acknowledging that things are happening for me, and that's probably something that I needed to, uh, put down some gratitude for,
Right.
and and also remind me that. Uh, so I went through a stage where I like wasn't looking after myself as much, and it's life is a roller coaster, and
Oh, indeed.
you have your good moments, you have your bad moments. But there was one time I looked back at a video of me performing, and I heard my voice was hoarse, and I looked back and I was like, you can't really be singing a song about restoration if you're contradicting yourself.
Right.
So I had to keep in line with the message of the music in order to not in order to for it to make sense. Otherwise, I would just think I'd look like a fool
Right.
singing a song about restoration, you know.
Exactly.
And that's what it's about. It's about self improvement and sort of my own relationship with that.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. And I like how you kind of explained it because, you took a little while to kind of think about what exactly was the inspiration and how you were talking about it's about life and about growing. And, sometimes you can't just sum that up in just a couple of words. You just got to
Yeah.
really think about all the things that you've been through. And I think that's fantastic. And it's still growing just like how you're growing as an artist. And I think that's awesome. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a great song. So, if you were to say someone inspired you, who would you say inspired your love for music?
It's interesting. Yeah, it's different stages of my life. I've had different ways of finding music. Like my dad is a extremely well-known DJ and actor, and so later in a latter period of my life, in the last 10 years, I've had a great access towards music through his interests and through what he's exposed me to. But before that, because he didn't bring me up, but before that, I went after it through. I mean, I grew up in the '90s, so I was sort of the guy that would love to go to record stores and just buy CDs. I wasn't a vinyl person. I was too young. I would just like to buy a CD.
Yeah.
And then when I had everything, I'd still go back to the record store because I didn't have anything else to spend my money on. So I go to a record store and I would then buy music for. I love the artwork on the CD cover. It was anything that could catch my eye, reading the slip. I really like people that take time to talk about themselves in the little slip. I mean, I was an easily inspirable person when I was growing up. It was I was a wide-eyed sort of innocent
Right.
young kid who just liked the sound of music. Really.
Right.
And then when I discovered soul and I always used to sing from a young age, and I think, to be honest, like Michael Jackson, Moonwalker, maybe I could pinpoint to that.
Well, I think it's great because, that's always been a hard question for me myself. When people ask me what type of music or who's my favorite artist, it's always hard for me to figure that out because I love so many different types of music. And, each one, I think you grab something from each song that you like. You can't really pinpoint it.
I'm the sum of every single person I've ever listened to.
Yeah, I like that. That. It's fantastic. Now, I did hear you say something about Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Could you tell us what would be your favorite song by Michael Jackson and why?
Another ridiculous question.
I know, right?
How am I supposed to answer that? I don't have a favorite. Actually, wait. Let's be real about this. Maybe got to be starting something.
Okay. Yeah.
When he started working with Gregory Gaines, who was the even the basis for the keys I can't remember, and they just got into the deep. They got into the deep funk
Okay.
part, like it was real deep funk Michael Jackson.
Right.
That's my kind of Michael Jackson.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I love Man in the I love like all the ballady stuff, but
That's awesome.
he was the best, and there will never be another. You know, he was for me. He was just he's the pinnacle of everything, really.
Definitely, definitely. I totally agree. Now, I would say this is kind of branching off a little bit, but from some of the things that you're saying, it kind of has my mind moving around. I was watching this interview with Prince in Arsenio Hall, and he had said that every time he goes to he was asked, do you go to concerts? And he said he doesn't like to go to concerts. That's what Prince said. And he was asking him, why doesn't he like to go to concerts? And he said, because every time he goes to a concert, he doesn't really listen or enjoy the music. More so, he's kind of like saying what he would have done in that case. Like if he was on stage, what were some things that he would have done differently? When you go to see other people perform, is that something that you think that you do? You kind of like, this is nice, but I probably would have done it this way because you have your own style.
A lot of the time when I'm watching shows, um, it's more like I get an envy in a way. It's like, oh fuck, it's part of my language. I'm like, it really just makes me. It makes me want to leave the auditorium and go home and bug my ideas up most of the time.
Right.
I think maybe what Prince was getting at was like, it just gets his creative juices flowing and gets that sort of, oh, I want to do this, and it and I think that's why going to see live music is so important, because you can come out of there feeling like really inspired to sort of, you take what you've seen and do something, do your own spin on it.
Right.
But yeah, I think when I'm in a happy place with what I'm doing, it's easier for me to appreciate other
nice
other musical, other shows, other musical experiences. But I think sometimes it could bring that it could sort of lay bare some of my own shortcomings when I'm watching a show, and it's an amazing show. I can sort of sometimes I'm like, why haven't I done this?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now, kind of going off of that, we're still on the topic of your music. But you say that there is a specific type of message in your music, or what do you want your music to do for the world?
To make people smile, just to make people happy, and to make people want more. I'd like, I really think that when I see the reaction that people have, like when they dance to my music, or when they're silently listening to one of my songs, I think that the more that can spread, like, the better, because it'll help to unify people. I kind of think that it's like, I suppose it fills me with a bit of hope for where I'm going with my career, because if you can make a whole room dance, then surely you'll be able to make a whole football field dance.
Exactly.
Exactly. And that's it. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
And so just to unify and to spread like a virus.
Right. It'll be a good virus, though. A good virus.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I guess my next question for you, again, if you're an artist, you're a singer. If you were to do something other than being a singer, what could you see yourself doing? I can't, like you grew up singing and that's your life. What else could you see yourself doing? Would you work at like a store? Like what? Like could you even imagine yourself doing something else?
I'll be a chef. I'll be a chef.
You'll be a chef.
Yeah, I'd be I'd like to. I'd like to work as a chef on the beach.
Ooh, it's nice.
Or somewhere in the mountains, just cooking. It's another one of my great passions, food.
Nice. What's your favorite dish?
Depends.
It's one of those questions again, I see.
It's just another one of those questions. You know what I mean? Do you know what? I'm just not going to answer that one. We'll just be
Okay.
here forever.
That's perfectly fine. We'll just take it as you're a good cook, and one day we're gonna have to taste the food that you're making if we ever come
Yeah,
to London.
I make. I'll tell you what I do make. I make a great um, mushroom lemon zest smoked haddock risotto.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to make a trip over there
With
soon.
I make a really nice that's my signature dish. I'd say would be my take on a risotto. But it's not any old risotto. This is the best.
All right, well, we're gonna hold you to that, and one day we're gonna make our trip out there, and we're gonna knock on the door and be like,
Oh.
"Hey."
But I love Caribbean food. My mum is from Trinidad,
Oh,
and
nice.
I so Caribbean food. We just had go, oxtail stew
Oh,
literally just half an hour ago. I just had it ordered in, like, so I'm just out of a food coma.
yeah, I love
This is
oxtails.
absolutely amazing.
Yes,
So
that's
I'm loving. I'm all about Caribbean food.
nice, nice. Well, let's move forward a little bit. This month's theme is based on endurance. Is there any time that you can tell us about a time that you had to endure in a season in your life? And if so, how did that make you a better person?
I can tell there's many. I've had to endure quite a lot, but I'm not sure how much of it's made me a better person. Um, I got sober for a while, and that made me that I stopped. I went teetotal to manage nearly a whole year,
Okay.
and everything that happened, I started to set in motion everything that's happening now, but it made me realize like what the benefits are of it.
Right.
So that would probably be um, the answer to that, really. Yeah, it's just the benefits of self love and self, health, really.
Right. Self
And
love.
I like it is an endurance test, like my definitely, um, and I'm planning to do it again.
Nice. Nice. It's awesome. Now, I just want to give you a heads up that we are coming towards the end of the interview. Some of the last questions I have, we're going to start with this one. Do you have a favorite scripture or quote that you live by?
Um, Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech really was what was I think is the one that speaks to me the most, really.
Okay. I know when we had sent you something via email, I believe you had said the Martin Luther King where it says, I decided to stick with love. That one?
Oh yeah. That I did say that, but um, I think "I Have a Dream." I changed it to I Have a Dream.
Yeah. Okay. So you like the I Have a Dream too. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Okay. So just talking ending the interview, can you tell us how our audience can follow your journey and keep up with you? What are some ways that our audience can keep in touch?
You can follow me on Facebook at Jack Tyson Charles. Instagram, Jack T Charles. I don't tweet because I haven't got the time or I haven't got the patience or the time to understand what that thing is.
Right.
But so somebody said they were going to do it for me, and they haven't. They just changed a few pictures, whatever. But you can follow me, jacktysоncharles.co.uk. And the EP Restoration is out on Spotify, on iTunes. It's the first in a long line of work that I'll be releasing over the next year. We're planning to do another EP in January, so it's all going to be like a conveyor belt from now on.
Okay.
We're going to be very busy.
Okay. Do you have any major projects that are coming up or any shows that you're working on right now?
Well, we just sold out the Jazz Cafe in London for my launch.
Nice.
It was amazing. It was like a bit of a seminal moment for me. It was like sort of the closing of one part of the first part of the story, really.
Is there any reason why you haven't done any videos yet?
Great question. Well, we are currently shooting the video for my first single. It's going to be called Wouldn't You Know, which is off the EP.
Okay.
And then after that, we're going to spend a whole year of doing guerrilla videos.
Guerrilla videos.
So essentially, everything I do over the next year will be shot and released as soon as it's done.
Awesome.
So it's going to be like going from having not seen this person at all to suddenly you can't get rid of me.
I like
so
that.
It's more like so just landing, like a crash landing on the scene.
That's dope. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Repeat to me one more time. What's the name of the video that you're recording right now?
We're shooting a music video for one of the singles. It's called Wouldn't You Know.
Okay.
It's the first single off the EP Restoration.
Okay, nice. Awesome. Yeah. All right, yeah, and just to wrap up this interview, can you kind of just talk to us about any advice that you would give to any of your followers or anybody that's listening right now? What is some advice that you would give them?
Work hard. Don't smoke cigarettes. And believe in your dreams. Like, follow them. And listen to your gut instincts. And always listen to your dreams and follow them. Otherwise, you will not get them if you don't follow them.
Right. Exactly. Awesome.
But yeah, mainly as for a singer, don't also what I got from I taught myself to sing by listening to other singers and just mimicking them. So do a lot of mimicking because it really helped me.
Right.
It really helped me just copy what I heard and just sort of learn how to use my voice.
Nice.
So just sing in the shower, sing in the bath, sing to your heart's content.
Awesome. Well, I do want to say this with you, and I want to leave it with you before we end. I just want to make sure to tell you to make sure that you always stay true to who you are. This is one of the realest interviews that I've had, talking to you. just raw and real. And I'm being 100% honest. And I want you to take that with you along your journey and make sure that that doesn't change, because who you are right now is a whole lot of the things that you've been through, and it's very, very real. And I'm just very excited and happy to actually be able to sit down and meet you.
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. And I'm really happy that I got called, what was it, bloke?
Yeah, that was it.
What was it?
That was it.
Yeah, man.
A bloke, yeah. To my fellow bloke, it's lovely to meet you too.
Awesome. Well, this concludes the end of our interview. I just want to say thank you on behalf of Autumn Magazine for being able to allow us just a little time out of your life. I know you're busy, to sit down and learn more about you, and we look forward to the completion of your issue.
Oh, thank you very much, and have a nice day.
You have a wonderful day as well.
See you later.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.